to get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
Teyana Taylor is done protecting Iman Shumpert. In a shocking twist, she's finally breaking her silence, revealing Iman's betrayal and calling him out for his inability to stay loyal. No more hints, no more coded messages, just raw truth. What did Iman really do to destroy this picture-perfect marriage? Let's get into it. Teyana and Iman were once seen as relationship goals, Black excellence personified. Married in 2016 after the birth of their daughter, the pair built a brand around love, family, and success. They starred in a reality show, dropped adorable family content, and showed the world what unity looked like. But behind the scenes, cracks had started forming early on. Teyana just never made them public. Insiders always said she was doing the emotional heavy lifting, trying to hold things together while Iman focused on fame, parties, and attention from other women. In a recent bombshell interview, Teyana dropped what fans had suspected for years. She admitted Iman couldn't stay loyal, and that she had spent years forgiving and covering up for him. She revealed that she endured heartbreak in silence for the sake of their family and image. While she didn't name names, she hinted that multiple chances were given, but loyalty was never returned. The internet exploded within minutes of the clip going live. It wasn't just what she said. It was how calm, controlled, and done she looked. That quiet strength. It hit harder than any clapback. There had been whispers of Iman's infidelity for years, with rumors circulating across social media and snippets of drama surfacing from various sources. Fans and gossip sites had been quick to jump to conclusions, fueled by DM screenshots, party videos, and reports of late-night sightings that suggested Iman was playing the field while Teyana focused on her career and family life. Teyana, however, never publicly addressed these rumors, until now. According to sources close to her, she knew more than she let on. Despite the signs and evidence pointing to his unfaithfulness, she stayed, determined to preserve her family. Several incidents reportedly occurred throughout their marriage. One particularly damaging situation involved a woman in Atlanta, something that nearly ended the marriage early on. Teyana's friends claim that this was just one example of Iman's reckless behavior, allegedly entertaining models and dancers, while Teyana was immersed in her work, building her career and taking care of their young daughters. At first, Teyana chose to stay, despite the heartbreak. She was determined to keep the family intact, prioritizing her daughter's well-being in the hope that things would improve. But the situation continued to deteriorate, and the emotional toll took a heavy toll on her. The final straw came when Teyana reportedly found a message on Iman's phone that confirmed everything she had feared. The message was said to be the undeniable proof she needed, and from that point on, there was no turning back. Her decision to leave was no longer about salvaging a broken relationship. It was about preserving her own dignity and mental health. No longer could she keep up the pretense of a happy marriage. She had to let go, even though it meant walking away from a man with whom she had built a life, a family, and a career. Teyana has since opened up about her reasoning for staying in the marriage for as long as she did. In interviews, she has spoken candidly about how she stayed for the sake of her children. She didn't want her daughters to grow up in a broken home, and she believed that love could fix what was broken. But over time, the emotional strain became too much. What she initially thought was a love worth fighting for had turned into a battle for survival. She found herself staying not out of love, but out of a sense of duty to preserve the image of a perfect family. The pressure to keep up appearances was overwhelming, and as her inner strength grew, she realized that leaving was the ultimate act of self-respect. She was choosing herself, something that had been lost along the way while trying to keep a broken relationship intact. Teyana's family, especially her mother, has always been fiercely protective of her. After Teyana made the decision to speak out, her inner circle rallied around her, offering unwavering support and standing firmly behind her. Reports suggest that her mother, who had been aware of Iman's behavior for some time, respected her daughter's decision to handle things privately for as long as she did. But after all the years of emotional turmoil, Teyana's courage to finally share her truth has had a massive impact. On the other hand, Iman's camp has remained notably silent in the aftermath of Teyana's revelation. While he hasn't issued any formal statement, insiders suggest that he feels embarrassed and blindsided by her decision to go public with the details of their marriage. According to sources, Iman never anticipated that Teyana would take such a bold step, especially not with such emotional intensity. The fact that she spoke out, revealing her hurt, pain, and the betrayal she suffered, has left him in a state of shock. He may not have expected her to act so decisively, and now, the silence from his camp speaks volumes. The lack of response from him or his team leaves many wondering what he plans to do next, especially if the public narrative begins to spiral further. The impact on social media has been swift, intense, and nothing short of powerful. Since the details of Teyana and Iman's troubled relationship surfaced, fans have been expressing their anger, frustration, and overwhelming support for Teyana across various platforms, particularly Twitter. The digital community has rallied around her, offering sympathy and solidarity in a very public way. One tweet summed up the feelings of many, stating, "Teyana gave Iman her soul, and he gave her trauma." This simple, yet deeply poignant message encapsulates the pain many believe Teyana experienced throughout her marriage. Fans are mourning not just the loss of the relationship, but the emotional toll it took on her, and they are angry on her behalf. Another tweet echoed the sentiment, stating, "Now we know why she walked away so quietly. That girl's been hurting." This comment resonates with many who now see the signs of distress that were hidden in plain sight. These messages reflect the growing understanding that Teyana's silence over the years wasn't a sign of weakness or a lack of agency. It was a shield, a way for her to protect her family and her image while navigating a deeply painful personal situation. Fans are now looking back at the years of public appearances, interviews, and social media posts, and they see the cracks they missed before. As the conversation grew, many began revisiting old interviews, performances, and social media moments. In retrospect, certain moments now seem like hidden cries for help, a form of expression that was either overlooked or misinterpreted at the time. Teyana's struggles were woven into her work and her public persona. But only now are people truly able to see the depth of the emotional burden she was carrying. This revelation has led many to believe that Teyana had been trying to communicate her pain for years, but perhaps the world wasn't paying close enough attention. TikTok creators have also jumped on the bandwagon, doing deep dives into Teyana and Iman's relationship timeline, piecing together cryptic lyrics from her songs, social media posts, and even subtle moments in her award speeches. These deep dives attempt to connect the dots between her public persona and private life, offering clues to the emotional turmoil she faced throughout the marriage. For some, these pieces were always there, if only they had been more perceptive. Prevailing theory among fans is that Iman's jealousy might have played a significant role in the breakdown of their relationship. As Teyana's career began to ascend, some fans speculate that Iman's ego was bruised. Rather than feeling pride and support for his wife's success, there's a belief that he may have become resentful, feeling overshadowed by her growing fame and influence. This theory suggests that Iman's actions weren't just occasional mistakes or lapses in judgment, but part of a larger pattern of behavior that may have been driven by his own insecurities. In fact, some fans believe that he may have actively tried to sabotage their bond in an attempt to regain control over the relationship dynamics. They speculate that his infidelity wasn't just about lust or temptation, but rather a way to undermine Teyana's power and success, which had made him feel less important in comparison. This theory of jealousy has gained traction as people analyze Iman's behavior and how it may have influenced the downfall of the relationship. Fans suggest that the root of the problem wasn't merely infidelity, but a deeper issue with the power imbalance that grew between the two as Teyana became more successful. Rather than uplifting his wife, some believe Iman's actions were motivated by a desire to keep her in a position where she was less independent and more reliant on him. This dynamic, according to fans, could have caused significant emotional strain on Teyana, who may have struggled with the conflict between her personal growth and her role in the marriage. As the situation continues to unfold, there are mounting speculations about whether Iman will respond with his own version of the story. Fans are anticipating his next move, wondering if he will try to shift the narrative in his favor, or if he will remain silent as Teyana's words continue to resonate. Some fans have even speculated that one of the women involved in the scandal might come forward and add fuel to the fire, adding even more drama to an already charged situation. In the midst of this whirlwind, one thing is certain: Teyana has taken control of her own narrative. While Iman remains silent, Teyana is using her voice to speak her truth, and the response from her fans has been overwhelming. She has gone from being the person in the background, supporting her family and career, to the central figure in her own story. A woman who, despite everything, is choosing to rise above the pain. Whether or not the drama continues to unfold in the public eye, Teyana is proving that she is far more than a public figure in a scandal. She is a woman with strength, resilience, and the ability to heal and grow in the face of adversity. So far, Iman's staying silent, but that might not last. He's known to be impulsive when it comes to public criticism, and this kind of exposure could push him over the edge. Some insiders claim he's furious behind closed doors and considering a truth interview to clear his name. But would that help him, or just make things worse? Teyana's fans are riding hard for her right now, and any public jab from Iman might completely tank what's left of his image. On the flip side, Teyana is in full control of the narrative, and she's playing it smart. She might channel this heartbreak into new music, or even a documentary-style project to tell her side in full. Whatever happens next, this story is far from over. The real question now is, will Iman try to win her back, or will he let her go and take the L? This wasn't just another celebrity breakup. This was a woman taking her power back. Do you believe Iman really thought he'd never be exposed? Or did he just underestimate how strong Teyana truly is? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you believe, and what do you think will happen next? Make sure to hit that like button if you support Nai, truth, and loyalty, and subscribe so you never miss an update on this unfolding story. Trust me, the next chapter could be even messier than this one.